Veronica's Perfect Man is the 10th episode of the third season of Veronica's Closet, and we have three parts to the story here. And quite interestingly for me, my favourite part involved June. Now, that's not to say I don't usually enjoy the stories that focus on June, but she's not usually a highlight. But actually, in this one, I thought the character was really funny, and I loved her interactions with Leo and Pirri, and I just think Lorri Bagley always does a really great performance with the character anyway. So there may be some small spoilers here, but I won't go into too much detail about how any of the narratives conclude. The title focuses on the fact that Veronica has started to date somebody she's very attracted to. It's a character called Enrico, played by Jim Pirri, and he has a bit of a problem. And this is a flatulence problem. And one of my favourite bits in the whole episode is when this problem comes about while he's visiting Veronica, and it's the facial expressions on Pirri, Josh, and Leo. All three of them have a very different reaction, and it's so funny. And I just love the way they responded to that. Veronica's facial expression was brilliant as well. And that part of the story, absolutely fine. Don't mind it. Olive is back. I say this as a celebration because she wasn't in the previous episode. As I mentioned, I don't know why exactly, but I just assume that Kathy Najimy was not available for filming for whatever reason, but she is back. And her story involves her dating a character called Eddie, played by Danny Woodburn, and he is short, very short. And Olive obviously doesn't want to continue dating him because he's not her kind of person, but it's not necessarily because of his height. He is very annoying. He's meant to be. That's how the character is written. The performance is incredible. The energy of this character is amazing. He makes me exhausted just watching him. Really great performance. And obviously Olive doesn't really know how to break off this early relationship without making it seem like it's because of his height. And I won't say what happens there. But again, I didn't mind that part of the episode. I quite enjoyed it. The performances there were really great. As for June, June has an upcoming cocktail party, and she's worried she's going to sound stupid because she doesn't know much about business. So she goes to Pirri and Leo for advice, and they try and teach her the basics, things that she needs to know. And it's very difficult. But she has some amazing responses. So funny. My favourite is the one about overalls. I won't explain the joke, but I enjoyed that so much. And just so many little lines and so many great deliveries of those lines. As I said, Lorri Bagley does a really great job with his character. And I thoroughly enjoyed focusing on June there. And that's unusual compared to Veronica. Normally, I will favour Veronica's parts of the episode over June's. Obviously, when they're together, fantastic. But actually, June was the highlight for me. The other, the other highlight as well is when Eddie came into Veronica's closet to meet Olive, and this is the first time Olive realizes that he's very short, and immediately Josh calls Leo and Pirri down to the area to see them, and as Olive kind of digs her foot in, saying really moderately inappropriate things, Josh calls again for Leo and Pirri, and it's just a fantastic response because he knows Olive is going to embarrass herself. And indeed she does. Really great to have Olive back, of course. June was fantastic. Veronica was great. Loved all the stories. No complaints from me at all. Veronica's Perfect Man is certainly a very enjoyable episode.